Good morning there. You're watching QTV this morning, and I am Jenna Wasonko. So today I'm not joined by my amazing co-host Ibrahim Abalde, but my amazing co-host Ali Cisse. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Jay. It's good to be back on this morning. I can't remember the last I was.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
You know, the show is more of you, Bande, and Judah. So
yeah,
when one is absent, we try to step.
Man, get nafi tuti.
No, you've been enjoying Kenya, Nairobi.
Yes, it's been an amazing experience. Why you tam dem kasi aduna bi yo for dem.
Yeah.
Yow wax ma foo dem rek tudal ma place boo demut si biir àdduna bii nii tudal ma ko rek ma ne la fii wala fii yow tamit dem nga fu ne sa gannaaw lañ nekk di roy si yow.
demaguma kër mama de bëgg naa dem kër mama nag.
Baadu waaye dem nga ñoomi.
waaw ñoom suma dëkk la nag.
waaw dem nga ñoomi
nga man half jaara la half ñoomi la.
waaw kon bàyyi ñoomi kay nag ñu free bu boobaa ñoomi kay léegi may ñu nokki lu mu si munti mel comme half and half la rek nga may ñu space.
waaw gars yi nga ñëpp si léegi xam nga bi ñu jógee julli
bu ñu jógee
bi ñu demee combo baa ngi free woon téléphone trafic baa ngi free.
ma ne yow sax da nga demoon Dongoro Badi.
waaw ay demoon naa am naa fa almost 4 days.
and you enjoyed it.
oh yes.
naka la julli dee mel up country daf dee neex de.
déw balaa neex xam nga like julli bi si man even bu dul lekk bi sax.
waaw
just dem nekk ak family bi.
together
sa morom yi that alone for me is enough.
it's enough kay.
because am na ñoo xam ne nekkuñ fi ñu ne yaa ngi Sénégal. so ñëpp dañ dee dellusiwaat pour ñëw julli. so pour ngeen gisante waa toogaati waxtaan. de bee gën a strengthen that bond bu nekk seen diggante.
man moom dama miin julli bi wéet man.
waaw xam nga yow moom naturel noonu nga mel. yow moom
waaw man daal noonu laa waaw ku nekk ak ni la yàlla bindee. waaye miin naa julli bi wéet moo tax in Kenya sax di nga gis ne I was okay. Man kenn suma biir néeg the entire julli wàcca si suuf lekka and then génn afterwards which was normal because miin naa julli su jotee man la suma maam. ñun ñaar rek.
nga ko Kenya because I was following you xam nga yow moom ku xamul si li nga nekk rek na la topp WhatsApp status.
waaye man
WhatsApp status moom ku la ko topp rek
dafa yomba. jàng naa tourism naa parce que jàng naa ba am crédit aw ma distinction nag waaye at the Kenya School of Government jàng naa ba am crédit.
def naa ma distinction.
waaw am naa crédit te duma practitioner. tourism naa def dugga naa fu ne te tamit report na so at the end of the day it's about naka nga mënee multitask as an individual.
Well, Kenya, when it comes to tourism, I think they have the highest number of local tourism. Just within the cabinet, tourism.
Tourism before for dafa yëngatu. Non la fii daal ku fi dem daal. Make sure ne vacation la jàng la te liggéey la at the same time. So yow yaay xool ne balance sa bopp rek.
It's a nice country.
It is. So do you want to take us through our African proverb?
The African proverb says, wisdom is like a baobab tree. No one individual can embrace it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wisdom is like a baobab tree. No one individual can embrace it. Well, I totally agree. It is very, very true because, okay, this is talking about maybe even specialty areas.
Yeah.
You know, when you're a doctor, you do general medicine. Later, you either specialize in neurology, gynecology. You know, there are different areas because the one doctor cannot know all the specialty areas. You have to have a specialty. Even in journalism now, we are seeing that trend where somebody's a political journalist, somebody's concentrating on tourism, somebody's concentrating on youth, somebody's concentrating on that. So it's not like one person getting to just know everything at the end of the day. But times are also changing. We've seen how young people nowadays are having double, triple masters, double PhD, triple. So you can see that now.
Like you are right now, you're later going to make a master's.
Buy my wife.
I'll go 27, sir.
Buy my wife. What the stop? Buy my. Anyway, so now, but anyway, we've seen the trend that young people are taking.
Transitional justice.
Transitional justice now is my favorite course in international relations. Do my buy. Buy mama serious why ma li la ni deka bi do len ma dimbale li nak du jaaduwut li jaaduwut bay na ma bay
yaa ngi def journalism yaa ngi def transitional justice yaa ngi def international relations
ay waay
yaa garaaw rek
waaw gis nga international relations boobu comme nu ko waxee wisdom is like a baobab tree bi di nga gis ne most journalists yi nga xamante ne ñu ngi liggéey ay Al Jazeera ay CNN ñoom ñëpp dañ am international relations background because da nga war a xam how states interact you have to know government relations ak yooyu noonu because you know it's about yow ngay analyze and since I started it gis naa ne suma analysis on this program has changed because knowledge moom is key it's not about grades sax it's about yow ban knowledge nga mën a am su ko defee foo munti dem yow di nga mën a waxal sa boppa that's the most important thing but this proverb moom generally nit ki benn nit mënut a study everything benn nit mënut a xam everything waaye gis nañ young people léegi fashion la sax pour ñu am double triple masters which is a good thing, but loolu sa soko amé du tax yow benn nit bi nga xam everything. So it means that it's open, specialty areas amna ki xam na li ñepp wara ñew together su ko defé ku xam li su ñew ñu def ko together ñu work as a country or as a community.
Exactly, comme nako waxé rek am nga mun na am diga specialized si benn area. Why, in terms of journalism, it doesn't mean you should just limit yourself to that area. It's good at this thing. Tuti si lu nekk nga si tuti dimbale as a journalist.
Loolu mom agree na journalism kañ mo laaj nga xam lu nekk a bit of everything. Because xamuloo in what conversations ngay nekk. You know, more than you know, we're talking about how journalists should build their capacities continuously. Because ñun dañ nekk ñoo xam ne soo waxee loo xam ne leeru la rek yaa ngi yow nit ñi yow la ñoo déglu so loo munti war a mun a wax dafa war a fekk mu leer la nga xam ko waaye du ne rek nga toog waaye gis nañ trend bi léegi journalism xaw naa ñaanga parce que koo gis rek mu ne dafa bëgg a nekk journaliste wala journaliste la di def loo xam ne dëgg-dëgg leer nañu ne individual bi nekkul area which is an insult to the profession man sometimes noonu laa ko dee gisee as an individual te I think loolu it should be looked into because the last time we had this dialogue with the Media Council and the Gambia Press Union ñu ngi wax about you know naka la ñoo mën a réguler suñ boppa ba autorité bi ñu réguler bu jógee si biti di affect freedom of expression so then su ñun la des léegi pour ñu réguler suñ boppa in a way ne ñun we are doing the right thing following the ethics following area bu ñu war a nekka loolu noonu yëpp is lacking.
I think for me as far as that regulation is concerned for me it starts with the media owners.
Loolu laay wax ni media chiefs yi dañ am a huge role to play.
GPU has a role. I'm a board member. GPU has a role, but a larger extent it is about the media
leadership
chiefs because at the end of the day you are the one that employs these journalists. And then because of what it is in this country, I mean, most of the media chiefs, I mean, they just want to get a cheap way.
Do them.
They don't care. I mean, in as much as they can get someone that can just hold a mic in the field and they give you $1,000 a month, they're fine with it. They don't want to go in for the quality. But at the end of the day, if you go in for people that get the qualification, definitely, you know, they will ask for something that perhaps you cannot pay.
Don't pay.
And that's a problem. It's only in the Gambia where anybody can just get up and say, I'm a journalist. Because it's rather unfortunate. A professor described as the fourth estate. I mean, as important as the media is, it is only in the Gambia for me where anybody can just get up and say, I'm a journalist. I mean, don't joke that I'm a lawyer in this country. You dare not. Don't joke that I'm a banker. You dare, don't joke that okay, man, I'm an accountant. Because because man, don't lawyer la. Kala dem defend.
Ken. Kula jox sa case
ana dem defend wa ñoom yi
waaw waa ñoom yi nga mën a defend waaye su passé waa ñoom yi moom amuloo kenn ko mën a defend ba pare Aliou pour ñu waxante dëgg tam talent am na si field bi ñeenay juddu wisdom comme niñ ko waxee am na ñoo xam ne they just born am talent bi waaye xam nga ñooñu dangaa pig gaay ñooñu ñu yàlla wërsagal la rek nga coppati gaay ne ñii ñoo am talent waaye ñii they have to go through the hard way pour ñu miin ko xam liggéey bi dëgga ñooñu tamit ñu ngi fa comme noo ko waxee as the fourth estate tey docteur balaa ngaa operate nit dafa fekk loola leer moo laa operate loo nit waaye Gambia comme ni nga ko waxee as a board member dafa des tamit si media chiefs yi because ñu ngi wax ne the bargaining agreement $5,000 si for example ma loolu sa last time si dialogue bi ñu ngi ko question ñu naan 5,000 oh my god you know with the standard of living and everything. Yeah, but at least it's a benchmark.
It's a benchmark. Wow. Sometimes also it's about facing the reality in this country.
Advertisement amut.
Exactly. It is true that okay, the media landscape has changed in this country. There are so many media houses coming up.
Wow.
But in terms of revenue, it's a problem. Only few media houses that you can say okay, they can independently operate without depending entirely
on advertisements
that are coming in. But most of these media houses, sorry to mention, but most of, for example, the radio stations, most of them,
newspapers,
they depend
online
on adverts that they get.
Yes.
Sometimes you know what you pay for a slot on the radio station. I mean,
$100.
Exactly, and then imagine you have to pay for your rent, you have to pay your staff, you have to pay other stuff. So it's
challenging. That is what, yeah, that's challenging generally. But anyway. You know, it's a bit really challenging. Why Belegi, ñu ngi wax tamit about the need for investment in the area. Pour mu leer la ne tam when you're getting into it, you have the right investment. Xam nga rek.
It's important.
Because loolu nekkul excuse ne pour nga wax ne awma advert moo tax mënuma fay suma staff si. Loolu nekkul excuse. Yow boo see duga comme bés boobu rek si dialogue bi I wish you were there. MS was there and it was very fruitful. they talked about the fact ne get all the right investment ba nga xam ne 2 years di nga ron te after things are going to work comme na sangale me
understand I think I too why fi soko xolé lu bari mu ngi lack I mean aside from that am na ñu bari tam they just I mean they're not coming into the profession because okay they are really passionate about it
wow
am na ñu bari they are coming into it just pour am tour rek am si fame bi rek and that's it but deep down nekkul loo xam ne they really believe in what they're doing
foofu la problème bi nekk
understand nga yes it's true am nga media aussi bari nañ ñu bari ñu ngi come into the field ñu bari ñu ngi jàngatam which I really appreciate and it's important because at the end of the day ku si nekk rek da ngaa planal sa future lu ñëw ëllëg kenn xamut ko so nga plan sa bopp nga jànga you know nga mën a prepare pour lu ñëw next which is important but then like you said I mean media houses, media chiefs, I mean, they have a huge role to play as far as, you know, improving the welfare of their staffs are concerned. Man, I often say it. I mean, Gambia, you often hear people telling, okay, for example, you know, to whom much is given, much is expected. But for me, I'm like, on the other way around, to whom much is expected, much should be given. You're gonna give me $1 saying, okay, because you give me $1, so you expect you expect that a lot from me. But equally, you're also expecting a lot from me. So
it's a two-way thing.
Exactly, it's a give and take. Understand? But you cannot expect a lot from an individual, yet you know you care less about the person's welfare.
Do them.
So when that happens,
you
know, exactly.
Why anyway, come lu si important rek moy ñuy am conversation bi waxtaan yu melni mo de indi change. So ko defé ñu ko wara dégg nañ ko dégg. ñu xam ne ñii am nañ concern bi you know du radio station du newspaper du télé du fu nekk at the end of the day why anyway things are changing like you mentioned.
next segment mo xam nga dinañ change language bi.
dañoo change language bi de waaye nañ dem break suñ dellu see
ñu dugg si beneen bu
ñu dugg si change language bi wax si beneen làkk waaw ñu dellu si waat.
Technology has always been at the forefront of our lives, and the way we use it has evolved drastically over the years. With the advent of 5G internet, we are entering a new era of technological innovation that promises to transform the way we live, work, and play. 5G internet is capable of providing data speeds up to 100 times faster than 4G, making it the ideal solution for streaming high-quality videos, playing online games, and downloading large files on the go. 5G internet is already transforming cities across the globe, powering smart cities, self-driving cars, and virtual reality experiences that were once thought impossible. 5G internet is also paving the way for Internet of Things, allowing for seamless connectivity between devices and the creation of a truly connected world. For the first time in the Gambia, QCell is bringing tomorrow's technology to you today with the launch of QCell 5G Internet. Get ready to experience the out-of-this-world wonders of QCell's 5G Internet. For more information, call 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
The future is now. With QCell's 5G network, experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled device. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and I'm here with my colleague Ali Cisse. So if you've been following QTV news, you know, you would realize that our colleague Momodu Lamin Choi was part of journalists on an exchange program to China, and he's been sending all those brilliant reports, actually educating us about, you know, China's socio-economic development, cultural development, and the list goes on and on and on for the past 4 months. So, alhamdulillah, he's back with us, you know, to work with us again, and he's right here in the studio to actually tell us the entire process of getting there, you know, how amazing the trip was. We can see Choi was really excited, you know, in Beijing, all around. So we're excited to know more. But before that, nañ xam nga dañ ne nañ olofal nañ Chinese sax
ni hao
ni hao
ni hao
ah wala te man maa la jëkk laaj nii xaaw déedéet su ma la ne nii xaaw man tam waxuma la ne nii xaaw xaaral rek may ma nii xaaw déedéet nii xaaw waaw nii xaaw nga ne ma nii xaaw waxati ma la déedéet may ma rek déedéet nanka kaay la ñu achieve luñ bëgg a achieve maa la ne nii xaaw
ok ma ne nii xaaw
laajte ma man
déedéet nii xaaw nga dee wax
waaw léegi maa la jëkk laajte ma la leen ma ne ku la ne nii xaaw nga ne ko nii xaaw danga maa ne na nga def
déedéet
ne ma na nga def
non déglul in Chinese su la nit waxee nii xaaw yow tamit na nga reply nii xaaw
after
waaw so after it depends on what you want to ask or what you need then ngeen proceed
waaw kon xaaral ñu bàyyi bi mu jàll
loolu laa la wax ma ne la balaa nga ko start fii nii
ban mooy swimming
you know China
waaw swimming
China soo fa demee
waaw
every Chinese or many of them da nga gis ne dañuy am another name because usually foreigners yoo ñoo xam ne dëkkuñ fa suñ ñëwee pour ñu pronounce turi Chinese daf lay difficult so ñoom dañ am English name ok ñoom ñu si bari soo leen laajee seen tur na suma English name lii la
waaw suma Chinese name lii
léegi man bu ma demee dem nañ foofu noonu man suma name bi Choi it's also somehow Asian related because am nañu sant Choi ñu nekk Asia especially South Korea so xoolee China tamit the same surname while with a different spelling and a very slight difference in pronunciation which is Chui. Yes, Chui. So am kuma gis foofu China mu ne ma yow sa tur bi dafa relate with this surname
mbaa war na sa maami foofu lañ jógee sax
maami Chinese yi kii am na maami Chinese yow
no maybe in Korea or China or whatsoever waaw so waaye soo xoolee bu ma demee ñoom am nañu ma laaj suma name and then it sounded like Chui ñu ne xaaral ñu jox ma name
Chui
so but in China every name has a meaning so demee nga ne leen man nii laa tudda and then wax ne la tur boobu lu mean okay so ñu ne ma okay you have Chui already now we will want to select a name for you the last name comes first then followed by the first name okay
we apologize for that brief interruption. Waxtaan ba neex moo tax with the Chui and everything.
No. Soo xoolee bu baax it's very ironical parce que suma name méngoo wut ak lu xew léegi suma Chinese name.
Waaw
suma Chinese name Ming la Ming. Waaw te Ming lu Ming moo nekk brightness.
Wow.
So in China they call you Ming.
Chui Ming.
Yes.
Chui Ming
is my Chinese.
Chui Ming.
I don't know the Chui Ming.
Yes. So holy Ming tamen amoon na in China dynasty we call the Ming dynasty. So Ming among the meanings it has several meanings. One of them is brightness.
Mashallah.
Smart, fast and.
They did right.
So I was very happy. A Chinese official gave me that name. Ming.
Mashallah.
But it's quite a surprise that you guys brought it in here.
Exactly.
I have to explain.
Now, Chui Ming. Let's.
Yeah, Chui Ming. Proceed with Chui Ming.
I have put myself into trouble by coming on television and mentioning my Chinese name.
Chui Ming, man, Chui Ming,
Okay.
Wow, Chui Ming.
D'accord na.
Take Chui Ming.
Like Chui Ming, arriving in China for the first time. I mean, from the Gambia. How was the feeling like? The first day in China, you've been here in China, you've been making reports about China, but getting to see the real China.
It was quite an experience because we get to hear a lot of reports about China while we're here, and most of the narratives is dominated by Western narrative, and I think the purpose of this program is for China to allow the news gatherers, the journalists, to visit China and see for themselves what China is about, what China is really like, because you can only know a country when you visit there. You know, sometimes, you know, the sources of information are third, you know, secondary. So in order to get, you know, primary source or first-hand information about China, the best opportunity for us journalists from 52 countries, 60 journalists from 52 countries,
Nice.
Africa, Asia, Caribbean, and
Pacific?
Eastern Europe.
Okay.
Yeah, Asia Pacific.
Okay, Asia Pacific
Asia
together.
Pacific
Yes.
together.
Yes.
And then you have Eastern Europe.
Nice.
You know, so 60 journalists from 52 countries arrived in China. In the Gambia, we had a representative. Mostly each country, one representative. But Gambia is among the very few countries that were so, you know, opportune to get 2 representatives.
Amazing.
One working for a local media.
That's Talib.
And, yeah, Talib, and the other one, you know, happened to be from QTV for the first time. You know, a private television is participating in this. So when the process was quite smooth. The Chinese embassy, you know, supported, you know, the whole process, facilitated it, and it was a walkaway for us.
Nice.
And by this 1st of March, we set our foot, you know, in China. And it was quite a remarkable feeling. I can remember it was during the winter. It was very cold. You know, the weather I had never experienced. You know,
But
Troy, is that your first time traveling outside of Gambia?
Yes.
Okay, then
Yes.
it must have been.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Outside of Gambia, you know, technically, because I've also, you know, been to Senegal and worked and studied there.
Oh, okay.
That is also outside Gambia,
Yeah,
but maybe
yes.
yeah. But beyond the Senegambia region,
Yes.
that was my first time, you know, to travel outside, and it
Amazing.
was quite, you know, a very good feeling to start with China.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Yes, because China is where you see everything that you will want to see in this world. You know, I kept telling the Chinese people that this is a world of its own. So when I arrived, I saw a completely different place, a completely different world.
And you begin to wonder, where am I coming from?
Yes, and you begin to wonder about, you know, the pace of development, the people, everybody is busy, you know, the traffic, you know, everything. So you see a lot of things that amaze you, and you have that feeling, oh, I wish my country we had this. But I think as we get into, you know, the conversation, we will discuss more of those things.
Yeah, so moving on, let's also talk about innovation and technology, because you talked about the fact that it's where you can see everything you want to see in the world. You know, so how amazed were you in relation to the level of technology and innovation, which is obvious question anyway.
I watched one of his reports where you did it is the automated vehicle
Yes.
and all those stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Streaming, how was it like seeing that for the first time?
The self-driving cars, or called autonomous vehicles. China is leading in that, you know, in the technology. It's all geared towards the development of AI, artificial intelligence.
Yes.
You know, China is among the countries, you know, that is leading in that effort. And we went and visited several places, you know, tech giants, because it is in Beijing where you have, you know, the biggest tech giants in China. So specific, you know, places are identified, a very large space.
And that's what
So
you're
there's-
seeing on the screens.
Yes. Very, you know, very large spaces allocated usually for these tech giants, you know, to work, and they're always, you know, involved in innovation and so on.
Nice.
So the self-driving vehicles that you have seen is among them, but powered by AI technology.
Nice.
You know, Pony AI is involved in it. Baidu, which is China's search engine, you know, in China they use Baidu instead of Google. Is also, you know, involved in, you know, in developing, you know, that AI technology to ensure that there is self-driving vehicles.
Nice.
And we were told that the autonomous vehicle is safer than a vehicle
And look at
with a
Choi
driver.
in that
Vehicle there.
yeah.
Look at Choi.
So that one you are seeing over there, it's not a self-driving car, but it's also, you know, a vehicle that is developed, that is powered by artificial intelligence.
Nice. Wow.
This vehicle, when you enter the vehicle, you know, it has sensors that can even detect your mood.
Wow.
You know, if you're feeling hot, for instance, from a very hot weather, you get into the vehicle just detects it.
Nice.
And, you know, switches into a condition that is
Wow.
favorable for you.
Amazing.
If you're feeling some stress or, you know, you are not happy, the same thing, the vehicle can detect your mood and play some music or, you know, any other thing that will somehow get you pleased or, you know, being in a very comfortable environment.
Nice.
So that is a vehicle that also, you know, is among the amazing technologies that we have seen in China. So there are a lot of, you know, technological developments that are happening in this country. That is quite amazing because looking at, you know, the self-driving vehicles in China, China is leading in that effort. The USA is also involved in it. But it's interesting for you to know that they are now rolling it out for their public transport, you know, system, which according to them is safer than even vehicles with drivers. So we had it on the news. You saw a driver. You know, now they are still, you know, on that pilot phase testing.
Amazing.
But it has been assured that, you know, it's safe, but they still have a safety operator. That person behind the wheels is not a driver, it's called a safety operator, just to sit and monitor.
Monitor
But
everything.
the vehicle is programmed in a way that anywhere you want to go within Beijing or within designated areas, it's not operating everywhere. And it cannot operate in the Gambia or many African countries because the technological infrastructure is still not there.
So just quickly, because obviously we have a lot to go through and time, but you talked about transportation, you got into it a little bit. So how do you see the transportation system as well as in China? You know, obviously different, right?
Bearing in mind the population,
The population,
how busy people are and all those
traffic,
things.
you know, walkways.
Yes. It's quite interesting for you to know that the public transport system of China, you know, is quite developed. When you go to Beijing, you have the bicycles, you have the electric bikes, you have the buses, you have the railways, the subway. You know, I keep telling people that China is a big country. I tell the Chinese citizens, China is a big country, but it is a country where nowhere is far. You know, a place is far when the transportation system is not strong.
Right.
You know, but any part of Beijing that you want to go, Beijing is so huge, Beijing is big. And across China also, any part of China that you want to go, it will take you less of a time. Because one, for example, within Beijing, maybe if you want to go to another destination, which is maybe 2, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, you can use the bicycle. The bicycle, you just have to scan the QR code. It's digital. It's, you know, just scan the QR code. There's digital payment, and the bicycle opens. You can move to anywhere you want to go. Maybe you can even use it to go to work, you know, within Beijing. If not, you can use the electric bikes. You know, something that amazed me so much when I entered Beijing, I said, oh, I wish I had one, you know, because it's so efficient, fast, and reliable. I think more efficient than even, you know, the bikes that we have here that are, you know, fuel generated. So you can also use that service to pay, which is also very affordable. You know, it's cheap. If not, you can use the buses or the subways. China is connected by railways. It is the country that has the highest, you know, railway coverage. Every part of China, you have railway. Also in Beijing, and wherever you want to go, these railways can take you there at a very limited time. Can you imagine a high-speed railway that runs nearly 300 kilometers per hour?
Bullets.
Nearly 300 kilometers per hour. So they have, you know, they have the high-speed railways. So all these technologies are developed in China.
Amazing.
So it's a country that relies on its technological might to innovate and develop its infrastructure in different sectors.
Yeah, so quickly, let's take a look at the political system there, you know, in China. How is their politics, you know, in relation to political parties, you know, peaceful relations or dialogues, you know, do they engage into those things? Just quickly.
Yes, it has a political system that is unique to its condition. You know, it's a country that, in fact, for many of us who have not visited China yet, we have this notion that China doesn't have a democracy. You know, I had that issue with some, you know, some people when I just got there initially. For many would think China is not a democratic country, but China calls itself a democracy. But is it the democracy that the Gambia has, or the democracy that is, you know, that is campaigned for across many countries by some other, you know, powers? No. China decided that, well, democracy is good, but we want to tailor-make it to suit our condition. So it's a country that believes that every country needs to have its own system of democracy. So the democracy, you know, the political system, you know, of China is tailored in a way that will suit its culture, its values, its norms, and so on. And it is working for them. They have legislature, which is the highest, that is the National People's Congress, which sits annually around March. So it's the highest, you know, legislative body in China that makes laws, that also elects the president. So it's not a universal, you know, suffrage as we have here. But before they get to that stage, you know, before that they get to that stage of making a decision as to who becomes the president, there's a consultative process from the grassroots to the, you know, to the legislature. So you have, you know, the political party, that is the Communist Party of China, which is the main dominant party, which has membership over 90 million people. But if you look at the Chinese population, which is 1.4 billion people, that is still not, you know, a very huge number. But you also have other political parties, 8 other political parties. But these political parties exist in consultation with the Communist Party of China. So they see themselves as partners working together for the development of China.
Interesting. So moving on quickly, China-Gambia relations, obviously good relationship. That is why we're able to have journalists, you know, from Gambia to go to China. To, you know, also when it comes to, you know, scholarships that are available,
even beyond this program, we have seen National Assembly members traveling to China, security personnel
academia
to China,
as well. Dr. Cisse was there.
But we just allow our Chui Ming.
I can tell you,
just quickly.
Yes, I can tell you, the China-Gambia relations has been growing from strength to strength since the diplomatic relations was renewed. Because, you know, it was put on a hold, was suspended, but in 2015 it was resumed. So since then, we have seen development. You know, it's visible everywhere for people to see the presence of, you know, the presence of China, you know, in this country. Even while we were in China, we had so much pride. We were so proud of ourselves because of there are many high-level events or forums. High-level events that were organized. Our Foreign Affairs Minister was invited for the Lanting Forum, which is also, you know, a very high-profile event in China. Our Foreign Affairs Minister was the only African minister invited, and he gave a speech. After this speech, he also had a bilateral meeting with Qin Gang, the new Chinese foreign minister. You know, there was a bilateral meeting. Not only that, it didn't stop there. We also had another event, the China-Africa Think Tank Forum. You know, Professor Pierre Gomez was invited. He was the only African minister there. You know, Dr. Cisse was also there. And he also secured an appointment at, you know,
as a part-time lecturer
at a university. It was a prompt decision. You know, Doctor participated in the forums, talked, and, you know, I think they were very impressed with his performance.
They couldn't let him go
on the sideline. They just drafted, you know, an appointment letter and, you know, offered him that position. But people were asking us, wow, Gambia, you know, always, you know, always Gambia. So Gambia's presence, you know, could be felt during our stay there. National Assembly members also came.
And it even makes you proud.
We were so proud because our ministers came. The Assistant Foreign Affairs Minister of, you know, China, Hua Chunying, you know, we met after the Foreign Affairs Minister, you know, gave his speech, and he told me that the Foreign Affairs Minister gave a very good speech. So coming back to Gambia here, you've seen the roads, the bridges, and the developments at the Upper River region and, you know, the OIC Conference Center. So these are, you know, multi-million-dollar projects that have been started and completed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Choi,
in a very
quickly,
short
due
period
to
of
time
time since
constraint,
the resumption of
just
the diplomatic
we can take a look at
relations.
agriculture just quickly. Is there any engagement in relation to agriculture when you were there? You know, maybe crop resistance or innovative aspects of, you know, agriculture that we can, you know, make good use of here.
Yes, absolutely. China, Janaba, as I have said, when it comes to business, when it comes to you know, agriculture, in so many areas. I met the Minister of Trade there also. You know, yes, who attended
Africa, China.
Yes, Africa, China Economic Trade, you know, Expo. Right. He was there, and he was very keen that, you know, I had to interview him because he wants to make sure that at least, you know, his colleagues hear him speak and see what you know, the potential China has. You know, he told me China has everything that the Gambia needs. And I think this is a country that we must prioritize to ensure that we at least benefit from what they have in terms of agriculture, in terms of you know, science and technology, in terms of education and so on. So agriculture, you know, China is an agricultural you know, giant, but these are people who also support their farmers, give them the right incentives, you know, the right tools. You know, there is this rural revitalization project that ensures that the rural you know, part of China is developed, you know, so that they are very resilient and strong to ensure that the backbone, you know, of the country, which is agriculture, is also further developed through the rural revitalization project.
But thank you so much, Mamadou Lamine Choi, for joining us.
Chui Ming,
right? You know, so with the Chui Ming now, it's something that we can actually go with the Chui Ming, right? I guess should we maintain that?
Yeah, exactly. And beyond that, also, Choi, I mean, we saw you were doing something with CGTN.
Yes. While I was there, QTV was mentioned everywhere because many of the stories I did were shared by, you know, local Chinese media. So I also did a very brief internship at, you know, at CGTN, and I was able to manage to, you know, develop a contact, you know, with them. So for the China Economic and Trade Expo, I was, you know, I was informed right from the beginning. I was part of, you know, the development of the pilot project, and I was nominated to take part in it, and I was asked to nominate other potential candidates, which I recommended the other girl who came from Namibia. And okay, yes. The other man was from CGTN Africa, Kenya. You know, Gambia's participation, to wrap it, our participation in this program has been described as the best among all the journalists.
Amazing.
You know, the Assistant Foreign Affairs Minister spoke to me, and, you know, and Talib, and all of them have concluded out of the assessments that they have done is that Gambia's participation is the best, and there hasn't been anything like that before.
Congratulations.
So this is a very good achievement. When we were going there, we were going there as ambassadors of this country. The Chinese ambassador, you know, encouraged us to serve in that capacity, and we have gone. We have earned that victory, you know, among other journalists from other, you know, continents and regions.
And like you said, I mean, having that sort of internship with CGTN, which I hope, I mean, will go beyond just internship, because, I mean, you're a journalist. I mean, you're looking for
you're not Malik Kadina.
Yes. So I mean you're not no, definitely.
No, déglu ko mu daaneel.
Chui Ming is your brother, and I want the best for him as well. So at the end of the day, we all want to grow. So I mean, how will you describe that sort of period you have spent at CGTN, the way they work, the way they do their production? Share with us.
You know, CGTN is a very, you know, it's China's #1 international media platform. Just in Beijing, they have over 2,000 staff. Wow. Beijing, 2,000. And they have presence, you know, across the world.
Yeah.
They have the equipment, they are strong, there is discipline, you know, there is hard work, there is motivation. And, you know, I've learned a lot in terms of also, you know, the technologies that they're using to make sure that at least, you know, the news goes on as, you know, as it should be expected. But I think if I have to tell you, you know, a lot of those things that I have seen at CGTN and in China, it may not fit in this program. But hopefully, with our interactions, I believe CGTN, and QTV, would have a partnership that will benefit, all of us, including China too. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Why that choy de mu ngi wax naan ñu ñaakal to CGTN mu ne bro dafa
lool de
mu ne dafa bëgg a group lu lo nga wax nga bëgg mu group
No, but
mu dem CGTN.
No, I mean, we all want that for him.
Okay, well,
These are things that you can't hide. I mean,
man tam bëggoon naa ko why xam nga rek sometimes.
No, why man, for now, right now, man ak CGT, man ak QTV la.
Be pick ak peel.
So, be pick ak peel.
Kii demul fen. Kii demul fen moom. Mu ne be pick ak peel.
Waaw, demaguma léegi. Ali wax na dëgg kenn ko nekk bëgg
nga develop sa bopp.
Why for now, ñu ngi jërëjëfal, I'm thanking, QTV management. From Mohammed, the chairman. Yeah, the chairman of the Q Group and the management have really supported this trip. Thanks to their commitment and their support, this trip, came to a fruition, and QTV's image has really gone up, very high. We've been mentioning different, media platforms. So this was an opportunity thanks to them.
Okay.
And we're still grateful for that, and we're also still committed to working with QTV. To see that at least what we have seen in China, what we have seen in CGTN. We can improve our capacity to at least, maybe it will be difficult, to reach that level.
But at least we are motivated.
Resilient, we are motivated to ensure that we acquire the quality and the standard that the Gambian people deserve.
Wow, but Aliou lo xamul ki tay iPhone la.
Yeah, chiming
iPhone la joge wacce iPhone bir China. No Gambia. Awas ma day bete.
No, why China mom, ku fa dem mom.
Fo nga ñëw ak iPhone.
Déedéet, su dul loolu sax China ku fa dem soo ñëwee il faut nga ñëw ak avancement.
Waaw. Avancement bi mu ñëw. Xoolal bagam bi dafa mel ni reflect. Bagam bi. Kay ma expliquer la xoolal bagam bi bag bu mu ñëwee bagi board bi. Su ma ko xoolee mel ni mu am reflection tuuti. Mu ne waa bag bi. Ma ne ko bag bi fu mu jógee mu ne ma ne ko bag bi China la jógee ma ne ko coy bu boobu nga soo China ma ne ko coy daal yoo xoolal nekkatuloo suñ maas
léegi daal loo gis daal si man daal
China mu jiyee wàcc man avancement yi laa gom waaye nag danga ma war a yóbbu cop shop ñun nag war nga ñëw mën a yóbbu cop xaalis baa ngi bëri time jeex na
yow yaa ngi jéego kenn bu
time bi jeex na tak time bi jeex na kii fu ne la dem kii bàyyut fen kii dem na fu ne thank you so much Mamadou Lamin Choy for joining us and congratulations and good luck with your future endeavors. You never know, huh? Ngane pick ak peel, why you never know. Let's go for a short break. Actually, in this break, we will get to see a video because we'll head right on to the click segment. We'll take a look at this video, and when we come back, the program continues. Don't go anywhere.
Milk a hustle every day, getting paid, Tana Taylor. I'm on my hustle every day, going kodo leka beya. I'm all about the money, I don't need no drama. I fought and kuo leka tama. And one get is for my mama. Kakodo stack up before summer. I'm just trying to make my portion. Started out with nothing and I'm on a different option. I'm not the same, approach me with caution. Nothing only minus volatil and del capone. Need those story. Money on my mind, I need that Johnny. Don't play no games, stop acting funny. Bros got my back, so don't book a worry. Yeah. Milk a hustle every day, getting paid, Tana Taylor. I'm on my hustle every day, going kodo leka beya. I'm all about the money, I don't need no drama. I fought and kuo leka tama. And one get is for my mama. Kakodo stack up before summer. Nigga hustle every day, Tana Taylor.
We send plenty, yeah. Alasana Natale, yeah. Mange fulandinti, no. But in Sekudo Sotonyola, yeah. Alienyo, Almanjo, Tatambani fire. Betemako, Aladurango, Chaleo, I'm on fire. Konaiko, Takorato, Bunjankute, Meala. Masulo, Birinkununko, Hanye Bang, Kodotina, and Terrafam Bedaming, Hanimbasino, business, all a profit of a Quantigang. So much paper, who's saying Bella, will get a Quantigang. See you later, Sankuta Moto Lebembulu Borikan.
Welcome back from that short video. Obviously, with the video, Aliu, now they know who our guest is on the Click segment already, but we'll allow Churchill to introduce him. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. You already know, it's your boy Churchill Bale right here on the Click segment. And today we have a semester in the building. So, welcome to the show, Semester.
Thanks, man. Shout out to everybody watching us live right now. You know, we on QTV, the morning show. Here with, my boy Churchill. It's about to go down. Y'all stay tuned.
Right. They already know the vibe. You're from European tour.
Yeah.
So tell us your experience.
Well, actually, it was a great experience, going there. The first thing that really blew my mind was like, I got there around 9 p.m., 9:30, 9:45, and the sun was still out.
Wow.
I was like, nah, what is going on? Yeah, I was confused. I'm like, nah, I'm not used to this, Yeah, but then, when I got there, I met a lot of people, especially Gambians, and then they were showing mad love.
Yeah.
I could say these people now, I termed them as family, because they made sure, they took care of me. And I never knew them, some of them would just text me on Instagram and be like, we want to link up,
Wow.
And then, when we link up, it's all good vibes, good energy, so it shows like coming back home, need to put in more work, because next time you go there, you want to be on the radio interviews, TV interviews. These were things that I expected would have happened, but due to the short time, so we couldn't, we couldn't put all these things in place, but then, it was a great experience.
Because the tour took us by surprise. Everybody was like, wow, how did this happen? So tell us, when you received, tell us the preparation. How did it all go down?
Well, actually, I would say a big thanks to Demba Jallo and then Patan, Jere Conte. These two people, they were the initiators. Like, they the ones that initiated this whole thing. Because I could remember, Patan, he's somebody that I follow on Instagram and he follows me back. He's a DJ, so there was this day he just texted me and was like, what do you think about, we getting you here? I was like, yeah, that would be something great.
That would be dope.
Yeah, but then he contacted Demba Jallo, and then Demba Jallo, he's the one. They have this foundation called Gambian German Charity Foundation.
In Germany?
So, yeah, in Germany. So they're in Bremen, they're based in Bremen. So normally they do these activities like every year.
Wow.
So with that, with the help of the charity organization, that's how, they got all the documents, that's how they got us on a show, on a festival called One People Festival. So through the festival and the documents they have, so it became very easy for us to, for them to grant us visa to go on,
So what were the challenges that you faced, or it was a very smooth one?
Oh, it was a smooth one. Yeah, it was the only thing, the only challenge we faced was like, leaving here to Dakar and then coming back,
the transit and everything.
It was crazy.
Nice. So how many venues did you do?
5.
Wow.
We did Bremen, we did Amsterdam, we did Bologna in Italy, and then we did Stuttgart and Hanover.
So out of all these venues, where was the energy felt the most? Like, which place had the wildest or wickedest energy?
Italy, Bologna, yeah, because I heard Bologna is like a center. You know, so normally people in Milan can come to Bologna.
Okay.
Yeah, people around all of those ends. So, you know, the show in Bologna was more like a Gambian vibe, you know. You know, when I got there, you know, I felt like I was in Penchami Hall, like, you know, or Jama Hall, you know. You know, the boys were coming from different ends. You know, and the people were like, okay, Masika was here, Masika from Jamaica.
Jamaica,
yeah. And then a whole lot of artists from Jamaica. But then this one right here, you know, this one that you had here was totally different. Yeah, it was totally
It was a different frequency,
yeah,
man can tell.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the one in Amsterdam too, because there was a boat party, you know, so it was a different experience too, you know. Like in the boat, we were there for like 3-4 hours. You know, we were just cruising around and stuff like that. So that was a great one.
So some of the people that didn't get the chance to see you perform, let's take a watch of Hussein's performance in Europe, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
alkodada ba bele ke kan tubab do gamete ne man ta sodula ngada ja balo kandita nyaaw nyandi fayde ni ko.
Wow, that was some next level thing. How did you feel right there?
Yeah, man, it was great, you know, because like going there, you know, you don't know what kind of audience is there, because normally you do shows in Gambia, you can like expect that people are going to show up, you know. Yeah, but then there, you know, you've never been there, so you can't tell, you know, because you don't know who's who, you know, and who's coming from where, you know. So organizing a show and then seeing your brothers coming there showing love, you know, some of them will come with like Somalians, you know, people from Ethiopia, you know, people from Niger or Nigeria, because all of these boys, they live together, and other Italians, you know, and stuff like that. So having all of these people under one roof, you know, just vibing to your songs, you know, it's a great, like, it's a great
That's
feeling.
a great
you know?
feeling.
Yeah.
So where's the stags at? Because you're German, understand? You're the reason why I'm even putting on this shirt. Yeah, all this money, my brother, Asmali, who came up with this. Hussein, what I'm expecting him to come with the stags, you get me?
The stags are gonna come later.
They're gonna come?
Yeah.
Okay, but I know continue. But I'm gonna send shout outs to my shout plug, Ask Malik, doing it big. It's a new brand, a new street slogan. All these monies. Check out the drip.
Yeah, man, all this money, bro.
Well, you gotta get this.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
for real,
please
for real.
link my brother
For real.
on 368-6861. 368-6861. Nice. So you can expect project from you. I was told that there's something big coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you enlighten the audience out there?
Yeah, well, actually this year, you know, we're working on a project.
Yeah.
You know, it was supposed to be an EP.
Okay.
You know, just a couple of songs, like 5 songs.
Okay.
You know, but when I started working on the project with my man Stylish,
Yeah.
you know, when we started 1, 2, 3 songs, you know, we got too caught up in the project that, you know, we were like, nah, we cannot just make this an EP, you know.
Okay.
So let's just go do 12 songs. You know, and like the crazy thing is that we recorded 9 songs in just 2 weeks. You know, so the project, you know, it's really looking good, because like this is a different kind of project, different sounds, you know. So yeah, but we on it. So, and then we doing a show for it on the 9th of December in
9th of
QCT.
December.
Yeah, inshallah.
So it's gonna be an album?
Yeah, album, yeah, definitely.
Wow.
So I'm thinking about dropping this album either in October on November. That will be like maybe a month and a half before the show itself.
And
so
the
that
event,
people can
get used to it and then vibe to it, so that the show is gonna be shut down. So who are we gonna expect, like features on that album?
I'm not gonna disclose that. Yeah, but then like the hardest are gonna be.
The hardest.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we're expecting them in international collabs.
Yeah, possibly.
Nice.
Yeah, we're looking.
So
exactly.
So what's the name gonna be?
Well, actually, I'm thinking about a name. We already got a name, but like let that too be under the table, because you know why? I don't want to say this is the name and then the time comes you see another name.
Well,
So yeah.
So we have 2 minutes to go.
So,
But,
so Nila Biden, you tell your fans what to expect.
Yeah. I tell them baby Jibekan, now let me just dive into the Mandinka. I'll be member Jibekan Sante, Allah Bolam Hussein, Dara Komila Kia for Nyamin, na fitness otombe Tabikan, December 9th, Batala Q City, and I tell inshallah. So I'll just stay tuned, and then my final words is like, to everybody out there, always stay positive, let's say no to negativity, let's always stay positive, let's stay cool, clean, stay blessed too as well.
That's a nice one. You are a positive brother. You've been positive all the way through, and I'm a big fan as well.
Respect that, I appreciate
so
that.
that was all I had for you on the Click segment. Shout outs to my shot plug once more, As Malik doing it big. All these Mondays, you already know the vibe. Go get your shots, and I'm out.
All right, Hussein, congratulations that you're working on this album, and we're looking forward to something hotter than Dadangayap, because that was the thing, right? So I'm looking forward to Bugina Meti Bobu. Dadangayap mom la ki na kola ki yang la jogi Dadangayap ki yang la jogi demal do ham Thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to that album. Till we come your way tomorrow. Stay tuned.